Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has just revealed that Diddy's life is in danger if he is sent out into Ghent. Diddy is desperately trying to get bail after reports came in that several prisoners are coming after him because of his abuse against minors. Former wardens and federal prosecutors have all reported that Diddy is now a target.
This isn't the only famous inmate to be housed there. We had Sam Bankman-Fried there, R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell. They were all inmates there. Sean Combs is being kept away from the general inmate population. You say his fame makes him a target.
Yeah, sure. And not necessarily at the MDC only. I mean,
anywhere.
Yes. In my humble estimation, his life, his safety is in jeopardy in any correctional lockup right now. If it is true, as reported, that he is housed in the special housing unit, it's important to note that the special housing unit is a lockdown, 24-hour lockdown unit. The MDC Brooklyn is a high-rise. The vast majority of the floors are general population floors. But the special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown facility. So this is for Mr. Combs' protection. His incredible worldwide celebrity combined with the allegations, the charges now, and indictment, of course, of acts of violence against women make him a very attractive target.
All right.
Obviously, they need to safeguard him.
This is a man accustomed to the very finest. He was arrested at the Park Hyatt Hotel in New York City, known for its luxury suites and exceptional food and wine, where one-bedroom suites start at $3,000 a night. He was probably staying in something larger. What is life like for him now at the MDC?
I would say 100% total culture shock. The MDC is, I've used the word austere a lot, but it is. It's austere, it's strict, it's impersonal, it's cold, and it is a very tough place to be detained.
Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has described the conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, where Diddy is being held, as nothing short of hell itself. In the upcoming days, Diddy is going to be transferred to J-Pop, and according to several experts, his life is in danger after 3 failed bail attempts and a rejected offer of $50 million in exchange for house arrest. Diddy is having a mental breakdown. His attorney has announced that they will try for bail again, but if he actually gets bail, remains.
We don't have to fight any longer.
Inmates from inside the prison have also talked about how Diddy is going through a tough time right now. He's not used to the cold and hard environment that prison is, and he's at his breaking point. The decision to deny Diddy's bail and keep him in federal custody until May of 2025, when the trial is supposed to be held, came after the prosecution revealed that Diddy was trying to contact witnesses from inside the prison. Interestingly, Diddy's legal team says that Diddy only wanted to talk to the witnesses and never had any intention of pressuring or harassing.
Well, Natasha and Steve, for the first time in his life, Sean Diddy Combs has spent a week behind bars. He's here inside MDC, where he's been since his arrest on Monday night on federal sex trafficking and other charges, to all of which he's pleaded not guilty. There's no VIP section, there is no concierge, only conmen, killers, and kingpins. MDC is so bad, federal judges have questioned the harsh conditions for those here awaiting trial. So bad, I was here 2 years ago during a cold spell, reporting on detainees with no heat, pounding on windows for help. There was even a congressional inquiry. But take the word of a former inmate I spoke with who goes by Esco.
It's terrible. The food is terrible. Of course, the inmates are terrible. The guards are terrible. The conditions are terrible. It's just terrible.
The inmates that you're surrounded around, just in general, a lot of them are brought up on pretty heavy federal indictments, right? So just in terms of the atmosphere there, it's just certainly one that no one wants to be in.
Combs was placed in a special housing unit and on suicide watch, the standard protocol for high-profile celebrity detainees. The disgraced mogul was denied bail by 2 separate judges. His attorney, Mark Agnifilo, asked the court to transfer him to the federal detention section at the Essex County Jail, but the judge deferred to the Bureau of Prisons. Federal trial attorney Philip Hamilton says lockdown can mean a lot less time to prepare your defense.
In terms of fighting their case, it just makes it all the more difficult, because now in terms of you being able to communicate with your attorney, you are at the realms of just what's going on with respect to the facility. Is it on lockdown? Is the facility letting visitors in?
Detainees on suicide watch wear tearaway paper hospital-style garments and rubber shower shoes. The isolation may be the worst part for Combs. It's being done for his protection in the violence-prone facility. He will have no bunkie.
He's probably not going to have any contact with any other inmates. So for him, it's going to be a little different than for a person like me, where I will go through process and intake, and then they'll assign me a cell, and I'll have a bunkie or a cellmate, and I'll be in population.
For him to be able to get out at this point, it just doesn't look good.
Interestingly, there are reports that Diddy wants to be put back on suicide watch. Inmates have to stay alone in solitary for over 23 hours when they're on suicide watch, and some prisoners even develop mental health issues as a result of this. Diddy, on the other hand, knows what will happen if news gets out in prison that a pedophile is inside.
So breaking news right now, Larry, I am just getting word. People magazine says it's got a source on the inside that tells them that P. Diddy's on suicide watch tonight. Do your sources confer the same information? Are they saying it was possible?
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on suicide watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there, he was like an overnight guest. When they called his bond hearing, now they checked him into the system, and reality has hit him. And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times.
Diddy's legal team offered $50 million in addition to a fully paid-off house worth $70 million, right? His lawyers also asked Diddy to give up his passport and his family's passports. They knew that if Diddy wanted to get out, he had to give up something substantial. Fortunately for the victims, Judge Aaron still denied Diddy's bail and announced that nothing could be enough to keep the victims safe from Diddy, and had Diddy stay in jail even over the holidays. While in jail, Diddy used secure phone lines to pressure victims, all of which ended up being recorded.